coming back and times not wanting to come back, but always just the gentle reminder of I was here for something.
Yes.
But the thing is now, will this communication, as it was, the channeling, return, or was that something that was just for a group of people at a certain time?
It will return, but in a new way. This is what is happening now with the idea of the incoming Sirius energy. There are many different aspects of the incoming Sirius energy that will be similar to what you experienced, but now is time to spread it around in a new way.
In what way, Bashar, would you think?
Ways that are now those ways that ignite within you what you feel your connections and the duties that you can perform, the services that you yourself individually can perform in spreading that information around through action. Not so much through dialogue, through action. It is very important that the original individuals in your group now begin to spread the information not so much through dialogue, but through actions, to allow that energy to really manifest upon the earth in a way that other individuals can now soak it up. In what way do you wish to spread this through action?
Well, this was it. I always had the feeling that perhaps it might be again through channeling, but it hasn't returned, and you said then it must be a new way.
Yes.
And I really don't know. I really seem to be at a loss.
What particular kinds of physical actions or colors or objects do you find yourself most attracted to?
Well, I love the crystal. I love all the mauves and the violets and the pinks. I love the blues, the greens. I seem to love most of the colors. I seem to be drawn.
All right. Here is your, shall we say, job. You need to, for you and for certain people, it is something similar to what has already just been discussed, although a little bit more, shall we say, focused. All you need to do is find one particular place where you can create one room, one particular chamber that will contain the colors and kinds of designs you feel represent the ability to reflect to any individual who comes into that chamber a journey, a path, a realization, and a conscious recognition of their own vibration, their own true self, their own higher self. You need to create an initiation chamber using whatever colors you feel, whatever devices you feel are necessary. On one recommendation, keep it relatively simple. You don't necessarily need so much of the ancient symbology, but abstract it. Abstract it in modern terms. But create the chamber that you feel has the feeling, gives off the frequency through color and certain objects and materials. Importantly, materials, colors, certain objects, keep it simple, that you feel reflects the concept of the initiation to the point where whoever is attracted to enter that chamber will be able to get in touch, if they are sensitive, with those energies that are their true self. You follow along?
I do.
That is an action that you yourself, as a previous architect, can take. You follow along?
Yes, I do.
Does that help you?
It does. I was just wondering, this man that comes with me on these journeys, I see his face so clearly, yet I've never come across him. Will I meet him?
You have already met him.
Yes, I feel that.
It is, in a sense, a non-physical expression.
Oh.
It is, in this sense, a priest-tutor, a teacher from a time past. Now, this reflection needs to come through you and needs to incorporate into you a little bit more before you then, in physical reality, will be able to attract something to you that will reflect it back to you as a physical relationship. Right now, this relationship has to do with you learning how to incorporate a little bit more of that energy within yourself. The action of creating this initiation structure, whether it be an independent structure or housed in some other large building, isn't really important. But in creating this initiation chamber, this action, this activity will put you back in touch with the kind of teachings you received from this individual in times past, and will allow you to incorporate this energy more into your equational vibration, and that will change you in the ways that it is important for you to change. You need a little bit more shoring up.
Should I also, channel various sometimes our guides and counselors.
This will come in handy mostly for the creation of the initiation chamber. We would suggest that the strongest focus be the physical activity of the construction and design of this chamber, and allowing your guides to come through here and there to help guide you in that endeavor, rather than for the purpose of coming through to disseminate other kinds of information at this time. All right?
Thank you very much, Bashar.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
My question. For a number of years I've had kind of extraterrestrial contact and, telepathic contact and
All
lots
right.
of, synchronistic events and lots of kind of profound events and things.
All right.
And in the last few months it's been really, full on and really strong.
In what way?
Just lots of, energy in my body and
Yes.
like a kind of urge to channel and
Urge. Yes.
put pictures in my mind and lots of information. I do a lot of writing. And just in the last month, I was thinking, maybe it was serious energy, because I've just recently found out about that.
Yes.
And I suppose I'm wondering about
Yes.
the agreement thing.
The agreement thing.
The agreement thing. Is that like my vision, or what would excite me the most would be to, channel this energy and
In what way?
assist people through speaking and
Yes.
writing.
When will you begin this?
And
When will you begin this?
I don't know. Well, I'm already kind of doing it for myself.
When will you begin this?
I don't know.
When will you begin this?
Well, as soon as I can, I'd love to.
When will you begin this?
Well, yeah, as soon as I can.
When will you begin this?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. When will you begin this?
I think pretty soon.
When will you begin this?
In a couple of years.
A couple of years. Why? Do you want to do it sooner?
Yeah, I've been thinking.
Then why a couple of years?
That's why I was wondering about the agreement, because I wanted to know whether I was meant to be doing that or maybe I should focus my energy somewhere else. But that was what.
I wonder if I should start doing what I know I should do, or should I put my energy somewhere else?
Because my head comes in and says, oh no, I couldn't possibly do that.
Why not? Why not you?
Yeah, that's the thing, you see.
Well, why not you?
Because
Because?
I've always thought that it's, kind of
Yes.
people kind of up there that can do that sort of thing.
Well, all right, then use a ladder.
Pardon? What was the ladder? So,
It is meant for you if you are inspired to do that. That's by definition. That is what allows it to be obvious. You're inspired, it means you can do it. If you couldn't do it, you wouldn't be inspired.
yeah, because I don't see myself kind of making anything, or I know
All right.
it's more a channeling of
Yes.
information.
Understand again. One of the easiest ways to really allow yourself to know that the process can work for you is to engage your friends, to allow you to channel for them, so that in asking the questions, they will initiate the dynamic value of the process. I cannot, in any way, shape, or form, explain to you more clearly that the channeling process is dynamically activated and very often will require that individuals are actually asking questions of the entity for the process to initiate.
So that's the feeling I've been getting, to start doing it for other people.
Then do it.
And
Gather some friends around. You can start with 3, not 2.
'cause
3,
yeah,
and then start. And allow it to grow naturally.
yeah, because that's, yeah.
Do not in any way, shape, or form judge the information that comes through at first.
Yeah.
Just say what you feel needs to be said through you. Let yourself tune in to when you will know it is what it needs to be. But first, just allow yourself to do it. That's the key. Not, is this accurate? Is it valid? I don't know. I might be giving wrong information. It's just an exercise at first. Just do it. That's our suggestion.
Because sometimes I find that kind of energy quite overwhelming when I
Yes. Well, you'll get used to that too.
And
But you won't stress
really hyped up.
if you don't do it. You have to stretch. It's all right to stretch. You won't snap.
Yeah.
You won't break. You'll get used to it. Yes, there may be a little discomfort here and there, but that's just old ideas working themselves through your system. It's like releasing toxins.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, is it serious energy? Or can you tell me that? Or
Yes.
so it is yes.
Yes.
And also, I want.
Was that too easy for you? All right, one moment. Well, is it serious energy? I don't know. Let me check. Scan. Yes. Does that make the information seem more valid? Because it took longer?
It just makes my kind of what I've been getting, validates that, my,
Yeah.
information I've been getting.
Yes.
And also I wanted to ask, last year I went to Sedona briefly for about a couple of hours, and it was like I had experienced a really, massive opening to this connection, and
A mess of opening.
massive, it was like this amazing opening.
Massive. Yes, all right.
And it was like the connection just was so clear, the information was so clear, and I was only there for a couple of hours.
Yes.
And I've been having a strong feeling that to go back there and spend, a couple of weeks.
All right, goodbye.
And I'm thinking...
Oh, excuse me. Sedona, you say. Scan. Oh, yes, it seems it would be perhaps of value for you to return.
Because...
Have a good time. Don't forget to write.
Because I went to Ayers Rock and
Yes.
nothing happened there.
That's not true.
Oh, didn't it?
No.
It was just I was
How long were you there?
a few days.
Yes.
And it was just that Sedona was just...
Yes. Do
More
you remember
about-
none of your dreams?
No, I don't.
All right.
Mm.
One moment. Turn around 3 times to your left. How do you feel right now?
But kind of disorientation.
Good. Remember that feeling. Allow that feeling to remain for a while. Anytime you wish to tap in to things that you don't think you remember, turn around 3 times to the left and be a little bit disoriented. Then let yourself float with it and see what comes into your imagination. You will find that there are certain things that did happen. They were simply subtle adjustments, but you will find that you are capable of tapping into them. In a sense, what happened is that you were implanted with a stronger urge to move in a different direction. It will all come around, as you say, full tilt. You will understand each component's place within your particular journey. How your Ayers Rock connects to Sedona and many of the other places that you will wind up. But much of this will also come out for you as well when you begin to allow yourself to channel, because some of the information coming through will be for you. And will remind you of things that you have forgotten. And all of a sudden there it will be, oh, I had forgotten that happened. Oh, now I see why I was there. Oh, yes. It is just not time, that's all.
Yeah.
But there was things that happened there, and adjustments that happened, and calibrations that happened.
Because I feel I experience a lot of kind of adjustments, and like I have full-on dreams, all the time, every night.
Yes.
And plus lots of information coming through, and lately it's been it's exciting, and
Yes.
so it's just handling it. Getting
When will you begin to channel, by the way?
pretty soon now.
What's pretty soon? Within a
As
month?
soon as I can.
Within a month?
Yeah.
Within a week? You hesitated.
Yeah, I hesitate.
All right.
Just my ego or my rational mind still kind of thinks that I can't do it.
Oh.
I know.
Turn around 3 more times to the left.
Do I have to?
Yes. How do you feel now? A little less rational?
Yeah.
You want to turn around some more?
No, that's enough.
Then let go of that rational mind a little bit. It's all
Yeah.
right to have reason. It's all right to have reason. It is not supposed to be a dictator.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You have feelings to follow. Trust them. They are guiding you. All right?
Yeah.
If there is something you want to do, do it. I would suggest that you do not take longer than a month to put together those 3 friends and start channeling. Because then you will find that while you are always in perfect timing, you will realize very quickly once you start that you could have really started any time. A month is more than enough time for you. One moment. Would you like to make a date?
Yes.
It would be auspicious, shall we say, and beneficial for you because of the energy if you would arrange, and again, you don't have to do this in such a way that you feel that if you miss it, because of the way the circumstances naturally unfold in your life, that you have missed something. But if you will at least aim for October 17th, it will help you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Oh, well, all right then. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I've been waiting for this opportunity to be able to talk to you in this way and try and express my appreciation for you taking the effort to, awaken us a little bit more and guide us.
We thank you for your appreciation and your sharing, but it is no effort to us at all.
But it makes a big difference to
All right.
me.
Well, so do you. Make a big difference to us. So we thank you in return for your share.
Thank you. I can't remember what I was supposed to say now.
Perhaps that's because you're not supposed to say anything. Say what you want.
Well, that was the most important, because in my life, it's the love and learning and understanding is the most important thing in my life. It always has been since I was a child, and it's just my appreciation for just the doors constantly opening that you have inspired. I mean, there's so many things happen to me. Like I'm usually a very practical person, and I've been experiencing things like I went for a little trip into the forest, and
yes.
I discovered that I was just sitting there, and I just started doing this meditation that I was taught to do.
Yes.
And I could just felt so much love for all the natural things around me. I just imagined as I was breathing that I was just with every breath out that I was taking, I was just fountaining light to all the plants and animals around me.
Yes.
And then I went for a journey over to the other side of Australia, and I noticed after that I noticed so much beauty in the trees. I was so excited about all the natural things that I was seeing, and it's like a door was open, and it's just constantly realizations and more doors opening with this. And you are helping so much for me growing. It makes me it makes my whole life seem so much fun, so much more exciting, you know.
Thank you for making your life that way. Now, what do you want to do with this recognition? What are you doing with this recognition?
Well, what I want to do with this recognition is I want to become more and more stronger and become more and more of a channel for love, and I want to be able to be that, to be able to extend it out from me, and
how?
So that
How?
Well, I don't know. Well, by me being in love myself,
yes,
very, very strongly,
yes,
and so that people can feel it,
yes,
so that I can help people to be happy, and
yes,
and that's how I. It seems selfish in a way because I want the best for myself, because that's what I love the most.
All right. Well, you have to be, in a sense, operating on that level yourself before you can help anyone else. Yes, of course. You don't have to look at it in the sense of being negatively selfish. It has to be self-realized before you can help other individuals. Now, you all help each other in various ways. But allowing yourself this fulfillment as you are expressing it is the easiest way to help other individuals, yes. Perhaps you can take other individuals on nature hikes, if you enjoy nature so much, to let them experience the same ideas that you felt, if they wish to.
Yes, I enjoy nature, but I've never, that was one of the openings, but where I spend most of my time is in, like hotels, where people are being entertained, because I'm doing sound mixing, like bands, as a profession, and I always find myself in situations where I wonder why I'm here. I think all I've wanted in my life is so much love, and I find myself in situations where it's really like loud music and the rock and roll bands, and everybody, the pub's packed, it's full of smoke, maybe a lot of negativity around.
Maybe not.
And I
maybe it's simply not the vibration you prefer.
Yeah, that's right.
But you could use what you know to create the vibrations that you do.
Yes.
Why not create a nature pub?
Yeah. I was thinking that. I was thinking, well, what am I doing here? And I thought, well, if I want so much in my life to be experiencing so much and to be so clear a channel for love, maybe I'm put in that situation so that unconsciously I affect people around me by doing that.
Yes. But also you could be doing more. If you have this idea that you are reflecting on a certain situation and is representative of what you don't prefer, it's a strong reflection to you that you could be creating situations that you do of a similar nature, using the knowledge and the skills that you have.
Like such as?
Creating a nature pub. Creating nature environments for individuals. Use the sounds, if that excites you, in a variety of ways to create sound environments for individuals that will tune them into those kinds of reality.
Yes, I was meaning to ask you about sounds and sound frequencies.
Yes, well, when were you going to get around to it?
Well, you just reminded me. You just reminded me. Is there any sound frequencies that, in that situation that I'm in, that are beneficial, that I can maybe use in a positive way without people actually realising what's happening?
Yes. First of all, what you must do is learn to paint with sound, to create certain environments and choose natural sounds if you wish, birds, water, things like that, wind if you wish, or you can have other kinds of vibrations that would actually be more recognizable as music if you wish. Underlying anything you wish to do on the surface, on that palette, on that canvas of sound, underlying that, what you can do is also have, very softly, so that it is barely perceptible, yet perceptible, a little bit, is the low vibration that represents the beat of the human heart. You understand? The beat of the human heart at rest will be the appropriate underlying vibration upon which then you can paint your other canvas of sound of any style you wish that is connected to the idea of creating a natural environment. All right?
Right. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Do we have contractual agreements with each other when we come onto this physical life?
To some degree, there are general themes that you agree to explore with the individuals that figure strongly in your life, yes. But it doesn't always necessarily extend itself into specifics. Some kind of specifics sometimes are there, but they are usually general themes of reflectivity to allow you to become the individuals you prefer to be.
Right, so basically we have a multiple choice of spouses or partners that we could perhaps...
Sometimes, yes.
According to the circumstance.
Yes.
That could be adapted to.
Yes.
That will get you to the end result of it.
It could be one configuration of an agreement, yes.
Right. So really in that process, that's what I wanted to know.
Do you have anything to share that you have written down this day in your exercise?
Well,
Yes.
Well, it was a little bit spooky to know that...
A little bit what?
Spooky?
Spooky.
It's a little, gag between us all. Spooky as in cosmic and Twilight Zone.
Yes. We understand the connotation.
The pun. That WA is, our slogan is the state of excitement, and if we are continually looking for what excites us, it's spooky, isn't it? Well, there's a connection there.
Well, all right. Perhaps if you are continually looking for what excites you, yes, that's spooky. If, however, you're living your excitement, that's fun.
Yeah. But really, one thing that was coming out was guilt and fear and how to overcome them. And it seemed that it was quite obvious how we deal with guilt and fear in the old. Things like that came out in the discussion was that we shut down, we isolate ourselves, we feel anger and hurt.
Yes.
And it's finding now, what do we do now, thinking of a new way to do that, and that, I suppose, would be to confront it.
Well, also to help yourself define why it is there.
Yes.
Yes, confront it in that sense. Explore it, yes. Explore to find out what the feelings are representative of in terms of beliefs within you. Because you cannot have a feeling without having a belief first. The feelings always let you know what the beliefs are and put you squarely in touch with what you think or believe is the strongest reality that you can create. So feelings are reflective in that sense. And it is a matter of teaching you the difference between reacting and responding. Reaction is negative, response is positive. Follow along?
Yes. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Hello, Bashar. My name is Audrey.
Good day.
Hi. Regarding the earlier things that we were doing before the break, I couldn't really think of anything except one particular item that I'm handling now that I could maybe handle a different way.
All right.
Because I tend to do most things spontaneously anyway.
Yes.
And this is about a little boy that I'm trying to help, whose name is Jay.
A little boy that you are helping.
Well, I am helping him.
Yes, thank you.
True. He was born on the 4th of February in 87, and in March 90, he was with his parents in the car, and he went unconscious. And his mother is a nurse. She revived him by hanging him upside down and patting him between the shoulder blades, and then by artificial resuscitation. Now, shortly before that, although he was saying words, he wasn't putting sentences together as what would be experts at that step. Shoulder blades, and then by artificial resuscitation. Now, shortly before that, although he was saying words, he wasn't putting sentences together as what would be considered normal by the experts at that stage. I don't know this little boy too well, at least not this lifetime. He is the son of one of my clients, and she happened to mention the difficulties that she felt he was having, and I said, well, bring them over and we'll see what we can do.
Yes.
Now, nothing particularly changed since then, like he was having the speech difficulty before, but he tends to flay his arms and legs around a great deal and puts his hands right up to his face and then goes quite stiff when he gets very excited. His arms go above his head and he gets very stiff. And his parents will say, stop doing that, and then he will stop doing it. When I was giving him what I call a pieces, which is gently stroking the body all over, it was like sort of handling a live ear on the table, although he's slowly quietened down. And I've checked him with magnets, north and south, and given him whatever will strengthen various parts of his body. Now, I've done that on 2 occasions. After the first occasion, he could hop in one place, which he couldn't do before, and he could also write his name. So it was obviously some assistance.
Yes.
Nothing changed on the second one. And I was looking at this with the exercise that you gave us of
if we were going to do something and starting from scratch, what would we do? And I thought perhaps as he flays his arms and legs around a great deal, it might be wise to take the energy that he was already displaying and perhaps get him to swim.
That is one possibility that would be of assistance. The other would be Tai Chi.
Tai Chi?
Yes.
Yes, I know what that is.
It will help balance the energy out that he is bringing with him from other realms and allow him to funnel the great power through himself in a smooth and beneficial and loving way. In this sense, he is like literally a live wire. There is too much energy coming through and he doesn't know what to do with it. Frailness of what you call your physiological reality, he is a much, much more energetic being than that which the physical body is used to containing in your dimension. With the idea of the blending and balancing of the Tai Chi, he can anchor to the earth in such a way as to use the energy of the earth as well, use the body of the earth as well, and allow there to be more smoothness. The swimming is also beneficial, yes?
Right. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I want to talk about, since I was 16, I had an excitement about setting up a cooperative with friends.
Yes.
And a cooperative where we can start growing organic vegetables, maybe set up a retreat for people to come and get in touch with nature and balance themselves, balance themselves out, have massage.
Yes.
And I was just... From the other night, you said that new cities were going to be set up in Perth.
Yes.
Does that have connection with the cooperatives? The idea of the cooperative?
Yes.
And I'd like to see myself setting something up in about a year's time.
All right. You can see yourself setting something up in a year's time, yes?
I suppose I wanted your confirmation, but I suppose it comes from within myself.
Well, yes, and there's really nothing that I need to confirm. You already have a grasp and an understanding of the direction that many of the things on your planet is going in. So all you're doing is following your own feelings and your path. That's all you really need to do with regard to that idea.
Right, okay.
You do recognize that that's the way your planet is changing.
Yes.
And so you are recognizing your place within it.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you wish to share?
My mind's gone blank, but I did want to talk about. I work with the body, with body harmony technique, and do tissue massage.
Yes.
And I want to include tonal sounds. Can I just start following my excitement with that, or perhaps I should go? I know.
How can she ask me that question?
Yeah, okay, I've got the answer. I just want to say thank you, because I've listened to your tapes for many years, and they have really, really helped me, and I just want to say thank you very much.
We thank you, and in what way do you feel you wish to produce these tonal sounds, by the way?
Through my own voice.
Oh, all right.
And to get the client to do it at the same time.
All right.
Yeah.
You will then create a third harmonic.
Yes.
You'll find the place where you both can live in that third harmonic. And that third harmonic will also have a profound effect on allowing you to become far more sensitized to picking up on different energies and vibrations and thought patterns that are occurring in other people.
Okay. Sounds good.
One moment. One moment. Have you had any ideas about concocting a certain kind of, shall we say, cream or oil you can also use?
Yes, I've been making creams just recently. And I want to make ones with essential oils that balance out the chakras.
All right, very good. Thank you very much.
Okay, is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
Just checking to make sure you were in touch with that.
All right, thank you.
It comes from past lives, where you're very familiar about creating those kinds of concoctions before.
Yes.
It will aid and assist in creating the kind of atmosphere and environment that will allow the individuals and you to blend together more smoothly.
Okay.
Thank you very
Great.
much.
All right. Thank you. Lots of love to you.
And you as well.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Good day. I've been working in farming all my life.
All right.
Over the last 10 or 12 years, I've been doing biodynamic system,
Yes.
which is in homeopathic.
All right.
So I'm very interested in homeopathic in farming, and I'm just wondering how far I can go. But just it comes to my mind that we could do more by just thought, and not to use material things at all. I just wanted your ideas on this.
All right. Some of the things that we will do later on this afternoon can be a way to create a bioenergetic field around any particular plot of growing vegetables to help increase and align the electromagnetic crystallization within them. You can apply some of what we will do later to what it is you are doing so that they will, shall we say, pick up upon your frequencies and incorporate those frequencies of love within their very structure as to be more beneficial in the nutrition that they can provide for those that consume them. Follow along? That's one way. So you can utilize that if you wish, as we will do this later on this day of your time, after the second break.
Okay. There's another question. I've been doing circle gardens, and I feel there's a great energy there, and I just wonder if it's because of the mandala that gives off an energy, and makes it very meditative to be in the garden, and it's very good for the plants. And
you are taking advantage of the natural magnetic flows upon your planet, and this is what is exemplified in the layout of those particular manifestations, yes. Some of what, again, we will do this afternoon will go hand in hand particularly nicely with the idea of the circular formations.
Thank you.
Is there anything else?
I have land in the south near Prongrups, and I'd like to go ahead. I will go ahead with it in that place, and what do you sense coming up? The thing is, water. I have not a very good prospect of finding good water. It's salty, or some of it is salty, and I just wondered what.
All right. One moment. If you will find, and this will be simply the beginnings of an experiment which you can refine over time, if you will find a large quartz crystal or some form of magnetic rock that you are attracted to, and around it place coil, copper tubing, at least 7 turns. Pass the water through that. After you have energized the crystal with your thoughts, then you will find that some alteration begins to occur within that fluid. And you can then extrapolate and refine this process if you wish. But begin with that, and you'll understand how to correct or purify the water in the area. All right?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
My name is Linda.
Oh, all right, if you insist.
Yes?
Well said.
Okay. I'm very impressed by you.
Why?
Well, I think you're great.
Well,
I wonder
right.
if you could answer a question for me. I have been, in the past year or so, 2 years, attempting, and I will say attempting, I won't say trying.
Thank you.
Attempting meditation,
Yes.
hypnosis and regression.
Yes.
The reason for this is since I was 5 years old, I've had this terrible effect of heat. I perspire over the whole of my body except my hands and my feet.
Yes.
And the doctor seemed to think that there was a psychological reason for it. On attempting meditation most of the times and the regression, I get a very tight band around my forehead and I get blackness And I was wondering if you could enlighten the reason for this. I was very sensitive as a child, but I did allow my family and my parents to suppress my sensitivity. And I would really like to get them back.
Will you, in your terminology, sit upon the stage between the hands of the channel, facing out towards the group? What thoughts are you having at this time? What thoughts, what images are you having at this time?
Nothing.
Do you still have the sensation?
No, I've got a pulsation in my sensation.
All right, one moment. Are you feeling any temperature shifts at this time? One moment. What do you feel in what you would call your spinal area? Breathe. What images are you having at this time?
In my mind?
Yes.
Nothing.
Imagine, if you will, now, a white shape similar to what you would understand to be the shape that you would call a jack. Do you understand? A three-directional cross. Can you see that?
Yes.
A three-directional cross. X, Y, and Z axes. Lines up and down, side to side, back and forth, intersecting in the center, in the three directions. Do you understand?
Yes.
Envision that. Hold that image. Rotate it in your mind. Is it doing anything in particular?
No, it's not doing anything.
All right, one moment. Breathe. Breathe easily. Are your eyes closed?
Yes.
Imagine a line of light coming from the heavens all the way down through the earth, and lines crossing in the middle from what you would call the four other directions in the same plane. Is it easier for you to see this object when you think of it as lines of light? One moment. Speak when there is any shift within you, within your imagination, within your feelings, within your temperature, within your energy of any kind, any images, anything. Breathe more deeply. Continue to breathe deeply. Push your shoulders back. Breathe deeply. Deeper. Deeper. And now, some discussion of your connections to some specific levels of energy. Imagine the crying of a child. Feel it within you. Feel the crying. Hear the crying. And feel yourself pick the child up. Feel yourself love the child. Wipe the child's tears away and let the child know that everything is all right. What feelings are you having now? Yes. We thank you for allowing us to turn a small key and start a new process within you. There will be others who will also take up this particular energy and assist you with it in continuation of the process as it will now unfold. But we thank you for allowing us to turn a small key.
Thank you very much, Bashar.
At this timing, you may all take a short break. We will then resume contact and begin with other exercises as we have discussed. How's it going? All right, I'll say allow us to continue with the concept of oxygen. The idea, oxygen, is a transformative element, is a threshold element that allows there to be crystallization, formation of template energy, the laying down and the attraction of the electromagnetic field into becoming that which is recognized as the life force. The electromagnetic spirit field, by crystallizing itself into the nodal point of X, Y, Z axes of space-time physical dimensionality, 3 dimensions in that sense, and a fourth of time, allows there to be attracted to the 3 axes antennae concentrations or vortices of energy that are recognized by you as the life force vitality, as radiant light itself in physical terms. You can therefore understand that utilizing a raw template manifestation of this oxygen idea will allow you to key in, literally key in, to that resonance that is responsible for the transformation of electromagnetic energy directly into the life force vitality, sustaining you, energizing you, aligning you, and allowing you to become hyperconductive, sensitized to electromagnetic fields and electromagnetic spirit manifestations in a more direct way. Following exercise and meditation will be designed to allow each and every one of you, in utilizing this key, to feel more invigorated, to allow yourself less need of sustenance in that sense. You can become lighter, a little bit more ethereal, a little bit more energization of your entire system, and the balancing of all of your chakra vortices will take place within the utilization of this particular meditation. Become relaxed. Drop everything to your side. Sit comfortably in your chair. Close your eyes. Begin to breathe evenly, naturally, remembering what we have discussed before about allowing yourself to drift, slowly drift into that perfect vibration where you know beyond a shadow of a doubt, at least for the duration of this exercise, that you will be in the perfect place of peace, the perfect resonance to allow you the fullest possible benefit and utilization of this technique and this tool. So relax now into that vibratory state and imagine. Black void, empty space, and imagine a shaft of light emanating from the center of that space, shooting upwards to infinity, downwards to infinity. Use your imagination to look up the line of light and see it disappearing into infinity. Use your inner vision to look down the line of light and see it disappear into infinity. Bright white light surrounded by an aura of deep blue, fading again into the blackness. From the same central point, allow there to be shaft simultaneously stretching out in front of you and behind you, you being at the central point. See the shaft in front of you stretching to infinity. Feel the shaft behind you stretching to infinity. With you still at the nexus, see a shaft to your left and a shaft to your right, stretching from you from the same central point. See this central point in your solar plexus, just under your rib cage, just under your lungs. Vibrating. See the shaft to your left stretch to infinity, shaft to your right stretch to infinity. See yourself as if now suspended in these three axes of direction of light, crossing under your rib cage, under your lungs, and feel this energy vibrate within you. Feel the constant pulse of this energy within you. Now, while you are suspended in this three-way axis, this jack of light, this key of light, this trinary key, imagine this same shape, smaller, within your mind, while you are suspended on these larger shafts, these infinite shafts. See a smaller version in your mind, a small jack, three-directional key. And notice that if you have these three lines intersecting in the middle. Give them in your mind the small version, finite lengths. They do not stretch to infinity for now. Just see it as a small three-way key. Connect all the end points, those in the cross in the middle, and then from each of those four corners up and down to the top and bottom points. And you'll see that you have the octahedral structure, the 8, which is the oxygen element. This octahedron is the energization crystal, most often exemplified in your physiological reality as the fluorite crystal. Allow yourself to see this tetra key, this octahedral shape, geometric, become a solid, crystalline octahedron with a blue-violet coloration. Allow yourself to know that that is the reflection, the activation element, key, reflector, mirror, device, tool, trigger, for the oxygenation of your system, the balance of direct etheric energy, electromagnetic energy, into oxygenation, into sustenance, energization. Now, anytime you wish to feel your energy step up, if you will take but 3 minutes doing this, and then imagine the following thing, you will find yourself much more balanced, much more energized. Imagine now, if you will, letting go of the idea of the octahedral crystal, just knowing that it is within you, feeling it at the nexus point of all the beams as they intersect within you. Feel these beams now as if they were to collapse back down into that octahedron under your lungs. And as they collapse back down from all the directions, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, see the shafts of light going back out to infinity. Take a deep breath in and see the lines collapse. And back out to infinity once again. 3 times a deep breath in. See them collapse. And send them shooting back out to infinity. Now, while you continue to breathe regularly, allow yourself also now to imagine a step up in the following way. See all the lines come back in to the octahedral crystal. And now, from this crystal, just in your solar plexus, in the pit of your rib cage, see the shaft go up, 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 up to infinity, come back down, pass through the crystal, and go down, 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 down to infinity. Come back up, pass through the crystal, and go up, 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 up to infinity. Back down through the crystal, down, back up through the crystal, up, down, up, down. See it shooting back and forth, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now, as you continue to do this, back and forth motion, up and down, like an elastic band of light, shooting up and down to infinity, passing through this crystal, allow yourself now to also begin to imagine, at the same time, the shaft of light moving out in front of you to infinity, and back and forth, collapsing. At the same time, the other one is coming down, collapsing back in, and then shooting out in back of you as the other one is going down. Back and forth, front to back and forth, front to back, at the same time that you are seeing the shaft of light going up and down, up and down, back and forth, up and down, back and forth, up and down. Continue this motion and feel now, while these collapse, as soon as there is up and to the front, send a shaft out to the left at the same time. Back and forth, side to side, up and down, left and right, left and right, left and right. As you go down, go right. As you go up, go left. As you go up, go forward. As you go down, go back. Up and down, front and back, left and right, left and right. See all these undulating back and forth. Tick, tock, back and forth like a clock, in and out, up and down, left and right. Allow them now to stop dead center and then beam back out in all directions, once again establishing themselves to infinity in all the directions, all 6 directions. And now, as they remain out to infinity, allow them to start to spin in a counterclockwise direction. The shaft going up and down will stay stationary as it rotates, and all the other beams will stretch out like searchlights, rotating around like a lighthouse, rotating around to the left, rotating, 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 faster and faster and faster and faster, until they are sweeping gigantic arcs of light, and you see them start to bend in that direction. Bending, bending, arcing out, rotating faster and faster and faster, until they become a solid spinning disk of light, stretching out around you. A spinning disk. And you feel the energy rise and rise and rise. And as you feel the energy rise, as the central disk spins, and as the shaft goes up and down through you, you feel the blue electromagnetic energy rise in a cone-like shape, climbing up the central shaft, forming a shallow, then a steeper and steeper cone of energy, up and down, like a double cone. Rising and rising and rising in pitch, higher and higher and higher and higher. Rotating and rotating and rotating and rotating. And then let the entire thing burst and collapse back into the central fluorite crystal, and then reestablish the shafts to infinity again, standing still. Each of these ideas you can use as a key to connect into the idea of the octahedral oxygen structure, to energize and balance yourself, and allow yourself also the possibility of recalibrating and recrystallizing the definition of your identity. This may disorient some of you. You may feel a little bit dizzy magnetically. It is all right. Do not do it too much. All you need is to pick one of these methodologies and do it for approximately 3 minutes. Let your imagination vary it in any way, shape, or form that seems appropriate to you. But allow yourself to know that this connects you directly into the vibration of the octahedral crystal and the oxygen element. So that you will then be drawing directly from the etheric into the electromagnetheric into your physical crystalline oxygen structure. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Take a deep breath in. I didn't say let it out. And now let it out. All right. All of you stand up, open your eyes, and stretch. Stretch and shake yourselves out. Bend, flex, if you wish. Side to side stretch if you wish. Feel your posture straight and tall. Throw your shoulders back. Hold your head up high. Feel an expansiveness in your lung capacity. Feel yourself firmly anchored to the ground. Bend a little at the knees. Do not lock your knees. Just a little. Just bend a little. Let your arms hang to your side. Allow yourself to feel solid, planted, firm, stable. Now, allow us to go right in to the idea, biological circuitry, now that you have been energized to the appropriate pitch. Each and every one of you, grab your chair and move it to the side of the room. Clear out the entire central portion. Now, is there anyone who does not have the use of their fingertips on both hands? Speak up if there is. All right. Create a ring, a circle, facing inward toward the central pole of your chamber. All of you fit into this ring, space yourselves in such a way that you are touching fingertips on both hands. With the person next to you, left and right, form a circle around the central pole, facing in toward it. Are you positioned? Are you all touching fingertips? Side to side, in this manner, this way. Forming a circle around the central pole of your room. Have you accomplished this? All right. Fingertips to fingertips in this manner. Allow yourself now to imagine that you are standing in a field of earth. In between now, all of you, is a circle of earth. And now, allow yourself to begin to imagine. There is an energy moving through you continuously to your right. Around and around, counterclockwise. Imagine this energy moving through you, through the person next to you, through the person next to them, all the way around. Coming back to you, around and around and around. Allow yourself to imagine this energy continuing around and around and around. Allow yourself to imagine it is ultimately passing through all of you so quickly that it becomes like a solid ring of light, but it is moving in that direction, counterclockwise, as described. Imagine it, feel the hum of the energy. Hear it within your imagination, vibrating, round and around and around. Now, as you increase the cyclic energy of this area, and you hear the rising hum of electromagnetic energy, bioelectromagnetic circuitry, you allow yourself to imagine that the ground in the very center of the circle begins to crack and split, and a seed shoots, a green shoot skyward. Leaves, a stem, begin to grow at a rapid pace. It grows taller and thickens and becomes a tree. Shooting upward, a massive tree begins to expand and grow. Its roots cracking the earth, sinking down into the earth, growing taller and taller and taller and taller. See it in your imagination. Shooting skyward, a mighty, mighty pine shooting skyward. Tall, tall and majestic, sprouting many branches, many needles, green and lush. Tall and pyramidal, shooting up to the sky. And it rises and completes its growth in extreme majesty. And you see this pine standing in the middle of you. And you smell its fragrance and the wind rustling through its branches and its needles. And you now also, as this energy continues to accelerate, imagine the earth around the pine, also erupting and splitting, rocks pushing their way up, and as they do, bringing with them streams of gushing pure water, bubbling up, shooting up, cascading down the waterfalls created by the upthrusting rocks. And this water spills all around the tree, watering, nourishing, spilling out through you, beyond you, past the circle, through the fields, creating little rivers everywhere, running down the hill, around, away from you, pouring off in a number of different directions, with beautiful, bubbling sounds of pure, cool, clear water, bubbling from the earth. And you see green shoots of grass growing up in all the clear spaces, and beautiful stems of flowers opening up, wild flowers in a riot and a rainbow of colors, shimmering, colors you have never seen before, silvery, iridescent flowers of all the spectrum of the rainbow in ethereal colors, shining, shimmering, transparent, translucent, glowing, reflecting. And you see and you feel all of the glowing, green, crystalline insect life visiting the flower, living on the flower, taking nourishment from the flowers, ethereal energy, coursing through their small, crystalline forms, like small gems flitting about, filling the air with iridescence and the sparkling of gem-like light. And around and around and around and around the energy goes. And you start to hear vibrations, song in the air, the humming of the flowers, the insects, the leaves, the needles, the water, all of it blending into a symphony of beautiful sound. This energy is the bioactive energy, the life-giving energy, the nature energy of growth, unconditional love expressed as nature, the power of germination, the seed to grow, to blossom, to open, to unfurl, to unfold, and reveal in its innermost core that primal seed of consciousness once again in everything, in every cell, in every atom. Allow yourselves now to allow your hands down to your sides gently. The energy still moves, but it is now diffused into a sphere of energy, a canopy, an umbrella of glowing energy that fills the atmosphere, makes it sweet, fragrant, light. You feel, you taste You smell the air. And as you do so, and look at the majestic pine tree before you, you listen. Listen for its special tone, its special voice. Deep and resonant, high and sweet at the same time, male and female, the sun and the moon, blended into one life form. The earth. Allow yourselves now to imagine that you are drawn in astral form, in spirit form, toward this tree, and that you enter the tree. All of your collective spirit enter the tree and become the shape of the mighty pine, stretching up to the heavens and feeling your roots sinking deep into the earth, drinking great draughts of cool water, upward through your cellular structure and out to all your branches and needles, to the very, very, very top. You are the spirit of the tree. You know the land around you. You know the earth that supports you. You are a majestic antenna of energy, stretching off the earth, a feeler, sensing the vibrations of the infinite and transmitting those vibrations down to the earth, giving off vibrations of gratitude. Gratitude for your life, gratitude for love, for light, for all that you feel and know and are. You are perfect as this form. And you send out your radiant message, vibrating throughout the entire world, creating a forest of similar trees. You see them erupting for miles around in concentric circles. Forests, huge, majestic forests, splitting the earth and rising to the sky. Growing, providing shade for the animals below. Sending out antennas to the sky above. Feeding the earth. Giving off the breath of life for all of the living beings, who then give you their breath of life, exchanging, osmosis, sharing. You breathe them in, they breathe you in. Oxygen and carbon dioxide, the exchange of oxygen in this way. You are all breathing one breath, one life, one fire of being. And you beam back out that breath of life so that within each spirit that now detaches from the tree, it takes with it back to its human body a small flicker of flame. Flame of life, flame of knowing, of knowledge, of essence, of connection, of belonging, of being. Flame of consciousness. Aliveness, awareness, reflectivity, crystallization, purity, and intention. And as you each reconnect with the concept of your bodily form, as you each focus therein, and stand again, not only in the shadow of the primal tree, but in the shade of the infinite forest of the earth, you feel the blessing of love heaped upon you, the treasures of life, the abundance that exists for all, and the potential of all that can be created. You are also a forest, but a movable forest. A forest that can go among the world, among each other, fanning out, blending and sharing. Blending and sharing. Blending and sharing. Feel yourselves now connecting to the far distant ocean, its electrolytic properties, sparking you, connecting you infusing your cellular structure with all mineral content and knowledge of all mineral and matter. The crystallizations of minerals and metals within you in the natural way. The salts that give you the knowledge and the connection to the electromotive force and allow your neurological system, your nerves, to communicate like the branches of the tree in the wind, like the needle, the spark that communicates to every cell and allows every cell to know it is in touch with every other cell. Every cell in the tree, every cell in the animal, every component of the earth. And you feel yourselves now communicating with the life in the oceans, the consciousness in the oceans, the love in the oceans as they share your land experience with you and sing with you. They have their own forests, their own reality, but they share them with you, and you share yours with them, so that all may be realized in majesty. One bioelectric life force, beating with the same heart. Hear the heart beat, the world itself, the center of the earth, the beat of its heart, radiating out like ripples, wave upon wave upon wave of energy, passing through you. You are energy. You are life. You are life. Drink deeply in breath once again. Exhale. You are the wind itself. Allow yourselves now to kneel where you are, kneeling down in the circle, still facing inward, to put your hands at your sides on the ground and to feel the rich earth in your hands. Imagine squeezing, sinking your fingers deep into the rich soil, the rich, mineral-rich mud, dark, nurturing. Allowing yourself now to take 3 fingers on each hand and place upon your cheeks 3 stripes of drying clay, and upon your forehead, facing up and down, 3 stripes of drying clay, and feel this trinary focus pointing at your third eye, and know that you are of the earth and of the sky, of the stars, and of the fire of creation, and the breath of life. You are blessed being, angelic being. You are loving spirits, creative spirits, bold spirits, warrior spirits in a positive way. Polarized in a way that allows you to see your own reflection, self-aware, unlimited. Feel the gratitude and the love, the sharing and the blending, and the individual spark of life within each of you. You exist. You exist. All is possible. All is possible. You are the fruits of the earth, fruits of creation. You are the children of the infinite. Deep breath in. And once again sing your song. With the ringing of that bell, you are awakened into a new day. Release yourselves from the old reality. See the dawning of the serious light. Feel yourself moving as the wind. Grounded on the earth and kissed by the sky. Our unconditional love to you all. Go in peace. I was going to ask you how it went, but I see that you've been doing things. Well, thank you all very, very much for participating today. And if you would also, I'd appreciate giving thanks to Wendy and Eva and everyone who helped put all of this together and did such a wonderful job. Thank you all very much again, and please have a good day. Thank you once again for this interaction. And we would like to, at this time, allow you to understand that the purpose for this particular kind of interaction is so that each of you, whether on an individual basis or a collective basis, can realize and fulfill your innermost desires for full expression of creativity in your life, for full expression of self-empowerment in all the things that you do, so that you can blend with the group, while at the same time maintaining a precise expression of individuality, thus forming a blending and a balancing between the two concepts of individual and society. The things that we will be discussing this day, the exercises that we will be interacting with this day, will be for the purpose of allowing you to be more sensitively in touch with different aspects of your overall consciousness. And as such, we can perhaps label this interaction getting in touch with more of yourself through the gate of the unconscious. This will be one of the primary themes that we will be exploring and experiencing today. How to use what you typically call the unconscious mind to access the information that you seek, the information that you desire, the knowledge that you require to participate in life to the fullest and to create the realities that you prefer. To begin with, allow us once again to reiterate the idea of the levels that you have stratified yourselves, your consciousness into, in creating yourself to be a physical being, a physically expressed being. You have the concept of the knowing self, the higher self, a non-physical expression of your existence, which then, shall we say, is condensed down into the spiritual self, the electromagnetic energy, which is the fundamental base energy of physical reality. And then, in order to experience yourself as physical beings, you must condense that spirit energy, that electromagnetic energy, down even further into the crystallized form that you call physical existence, or the material world, matter, if you will. Mind, if you will. Now, mind is slightly different from the idea of spirit. Mind and matter are really one and the same thing. But mind is the organizational principle and, at the same time, the side effect of crystallization of consciousness as physical existence. The ego consciousness, mind, same thing. The physical aware consciousness, it is really specifically for the purpose of keeping you focused in physical reality so that you can experience the concept of physical reality without the ego focus, without the mind effect. You would not be able to create the kind of limitations that are necessary for you to experience the concept of physical reality. Some limitation is required and is beneficial in order to experience such a distinct and discrete reality such as the physical realm. If you did not have this, many of the different kinds of realities that you experience would be overlapping to such a degree that you would not be able to make sense out of any particular one of them. At least not on the physical level. On the higher realms, yes, you have a holographic view of all of the experiences that you are having now simultaneously. And on that level, they all make sense. You can understand them all, even though they may seem to overlap and blend, interpenetrate one another. But physical reality is a distinct and unique experience, as I'm sure many of you have realized. To allow yourself the opportunity to take, shall we say, an aspect, a slice, a segment, if you will, of the overall experience of your soul self, and to hone in, to focus in on that particular aspect to the exclusion, generally speaking, of all other aspects, so that you can experience the richness and diversity of the detail within that particular aspect, giving you more concentrated experience to round yourself out and add to the overall knowledge of your particular existence. Now, this idea of entering into physical reality and focusing yourself in that way serves, among many purposes, again, the one that we have just mentioned, the acceleration, the concentration, the focus that is available to you as beings choosing to be physical is far, far more intense, far more experiential and accelerative than that which you generally experience on the broader band of higher reality. To some degree, this may seem to be a paradox, because on the higher levels you may feel, well, I know more here, I see more here, I have a broader perspective here. Well, yes, that is true. But the idea is that the rates of absorption are different. When you focus down into physical reality, you can experience the details like no other level can give you, to such a degree of intensity that you can then recognize far more about the matrix of your entire consciousness, the infinite diversity that the entire holographic idea contains, rather than the broad overview which somewhat dilutes the specifics. So you are experiencing yourself simultaneously on this spectrum of higher self, spiritual self, and physical self, in order to include all possible ways all possible points of view of the total reality that you are, the total consciousness that you are. Now, since you do, even as physical beings, still, shall we say, contain the idea of spiritual reality and soul reality, these things are still accessible to you, even though you are focused in physical reality, or as physical reality. Accessing them to some degree now can give you more ability to integrate the simultaneous experiences you are having even within the physical existence. For now is the transformational age where you have more capability of doing this. You have expanded even the concept of physical reality at this point to be able to contain more information, more knowledge, more recognition of yourself, your total self. And this will aid and accelerate you, will rarefy your physical reality, lighten it up. So it will not be quite so limiting, yet you will still experience the richness and the diversity of yourself as a physical being. The way to go about learning to access the information, more information of the total you, is through the auspices of what is called the unconscious self, which is in a sense the connective gate to the totality of knowledge of your identity. As you are a non-physical being, shall we say to begin with, and as you solidify yourself down through spirit into physical crystallization, you still retain a connection to all these different levels, still incorporate the vibration within the equation of your energy. And these different levels manifest themselves as what you call the unconscious, the subconscious, and the ego conscious of physical reality, being the last level, the lowest level, the most dense level. The idea now is to allow yourself to recognize that there is still this unconscious seed within you that actually literally is a conduit, a connecting open gateway, doorway, back to the totality of yourself. And by going from your ego consciousness, expanding into or going within, same thing, expanding into or going within, this is the paradox, your subconsciousness, your spirit level, and expanding into further or going within to your soul level or your unconsciousness. By learning how to do that and access that energy, that vibration, you can then create a flood of information that can then, in your own way, in your own pace, be incorporated into your physical reality. But the access will be there for you. You will know what you need to know when you need to know it. You will trust the synchronicity in your lives a little bit more. You will be able to apply more of your collective knowledge to the idea that you are creating, moment by moment by moment by moment, your physical reality. You will have more conscious control, more conscious realization. You will become awake in the dream of physicality and allow yourself to know that you are its source. Remember that you are made in the image of the divine creation, and this means that you are a multidimensional being, a creator being, a reflection, an aspect of all that is. Allowing yourself on a daily basis to tap in to your unconscious self and bring forth the fruits of the total being that you are will enrich and enhance and empower your lives, allowing you, as we have said, to become fully functioning individuals, which is the secret to creating a harmonious and blended society on your planet. You do not lose your identity to create unity. You strengthen your individuality to create unity. The reason that this works is because you're all created initially to be specific individuals, to be your true selves. Within that holistic picture, all the components of existence fit by definition, blend by definition, harmoniously. So when you are being your true self, the fullest individual you can be, you will automatically, by definition, fit and blend and harmonize with all other individuals who choose to be their natural, true, basic, fundamental self. And that will automatically, in synchronicity, as an orchestration, allow your total society, as a collection of strong individuals, to function flawlessly and smoothly as a unit, as a planet, as a collective consciousness. So let us begin to access now the concept of your unconscious gate, that portion of yourself connected to the totality. Begin by allowing yourself to become very comfortable. Lay down all the things that you may have in your lap or in your hands. Allow yourselves to sit in a very relaxed manner and begin by shaking your arms out to your sides. Gently, gently, gently. Don't want them to fall off. Just gently. And prepare yourself, tell yourself that you now desire to access all that is available to you at whatever rate is comfortable to you, in whatever way your imagination will allow to work best for you, those portions of the total being that you are. Give yourself now, as you sit in a relaxed manner, closing your eyes, breathing easily, give yourself now permission to let go of all the barriers, of all the limitations and all the beliefs that do not serve you, that allow you to bring forth new information and apply it in your physical lives in the way that you prefer. Give yourself permission now to allow that to occur in this exercise, in this meditation. Allow yourself to know, to take for granted, without question, to know beyond the shadow of a doubt, just at least for the duration of this exercise, that you will do exactly what you need to do to access the information, to access that vibration that will serve you. Trust your imagination to alter what we will say in any way, shape, or form it deems appropriate to key our information specifically to your vibration, so that what we have to say will specifically work for the individual that you are. You do not have to see or imagine exactly what we tell you. Let go and trust that your imagination will provide you exactly the version of the idea that is correct for you. Let go of all assumptions and expectations of structure, of how you think you need to access things, of what kind of person you think you need to be in order to function exactly as you desire to function. Trust that if you exist as you know you do, without even thinking about it, as you take for granted that easily that you do exist, trust in the same way that your existence itself proves that you deserve all that you can imagine, because in being granted the ability to desire what you desire, that was granted to you by all that is your free will, your joy, your passion, your excitement. All these things that are expressions of what you feel, what you believe would be the true you, the natural you, the joyful you. The ability itself to imagine these things tells you that it is all right for you to manifest these things. Were it not so, you would not have been given the ability. You would not, in a sense, exist at all. Your existence in and of itself shows you that you can choose freely to have the reality that you prefer. Be it negative or positive, the choice is in your hands. It is completely up to you. Your will on that level is no different than divine will. Divine will does not really exist in the sense that your physical will does. For the infinite does not need the concept of will. The infinite knows what it knows. The infinite is everything that exists. Everything is made out of the infinite, and because everything is made from the infinite creator, it does not need a will, because everything that is happening within its own existence. And therefore it does not need to exercise dominion over anything, because everything is itself. So your will are simply the different ways that the infinite has of seeing itself, expressing itself, your desire, your delight, your joy, your creativity, your experience, your expression, are all the different ways that the infinite has of realizing itself into being. So be free with those things that allow you to increase your happiness, your joy, your unconditional love for yourselves and for the infinite in all of its manifestations. Relax now even further. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Continue to breathe regularly, deeply, slowly, gently. Take another deep breath in and let it out. Continue to breathe regularly, slowly, gently, deeply. Take a third breath in and hold it, hold it, hold it. And let it out. And continue to breathe gently, deeply, in a regular way, easily, effortlessly, in a relaxed, calm, peaceful manner. Allow yourself to now know that everything you will do in this exercise, in this meditation, will be absolutely perfect for you. And as you know this, allow yourself now to imagine the vibration and the color of red. Allow yourself to imagine this soft, warm glow of embers, fiery glow, reds and oranges and warm golden yellows, interpenetrating your entire body like a beautiful, beautiful golden sun. And you feel your entire physical consciousness relaxing, being bathed in the warm, golden, liquid light, red, rosy glow. You feel all of this warmth penetrate from your feet, rising up from the earth, warm, warm and supportive, rising up through your calves. Wiggle your feet gently, wiggle your toes gently, let them relax, become comfortable. Feel the warmth rising up through your muscles and your legs. Feel it in the joints of your ankles and your knees. Warm, comfortable, satisfying, soothing, tingling, rising in your thighs, in your hips, all through your pelvic area, gentle, warm, like a warm bath, like settling down into warm, warm water, soothing, relaxing warmth, rosy glow, rising up through your stomach area, gently, gently, softly, penetrating all the internal organs of your stomach area, allowing everything to soften and relax, to be at ease, rising into your diaphragm and your lungs, allowing you to breathe gently, to let go of all blockages, all tightness. Feel it rising up your spine to your shoulders, allowing your shoulders to drop and relax. Feeling it coursing down your arms, through your elbows, through your wrists, into your hands, into your fingers. Wiggling your fingers, flexing your hands gently, gently. Working out all the stiffness. Allowing yourself to feel as if your hands are floating in warm spring water. Soothing, bubbling, natural hot spring water, bubbling all around you, and you feel all the tensions melting away. And allow the warmth to rise up through your neck, through your throat, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your tongue, relaxing your scalp, your skin, your facial muscles. Feel the warmth in your eyes, your eyelids, your forehead, your temples, your entire head, gently supported by relaxing warm water, golden rosy water. And you feel yourself drifting in that golden rosy glow, floating and at peace, relaxed, calm, serene, happy, gentle, light, feeling a love penetrate your entire physical body, your entire physical consciousness. All the cells are in harmony, relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. And you feel your body slowly softening into that golden rosy light, becoming one, becoming golden liquid, dissolving, dissolving, melting gently until you can tell no difference between your body and the golden light, the golden liquid, the thick, warm honey, thick, warm honey of golden light. Rich, enriching, nurturing, supportive, and loving. And now, as you are feeling this physical relaxation, allow the color of the light to shift to a beautiful, soft, emerald green, beautiful, natural, growing green color. Clear, bright, soft. All the various shades, lush, rich, heather green, olive green, emerald green, grass green. Allow yourself now to feel your mentality relaxing, being infused. Allow your heart vibration to open up. Allow nature to support you, to feel this green, glowing energy like a cool breeze. like a gentle wind. Smell the rich lushness of the earth. Smell the rich vibrance of the growing grasses and plants, flowers of a variety of colors, but all supported by the lush, thick, rich carpet of green, emerald green. That is the precision and the clarity of your heart and your mind, of your intention, your mentality. Allow your mentality to float within this emerald green ocean, stretching out to infinity, the emerald sea. You feel your mentality riding up and down gently on the waves of the ocean. Little flecks of white foam capping this brilliant, translucent, transparent emerald ocean. Beautiful array of vibrant colors of green. Electric, soft, clear, and pure. Feel these waters soothe your mind. Feel your mind relax along with the idea of your body consciousness until they become one. Matter-mind, mind-matter. Matter-mind, mind-matter. One idea, one energy. One. And now allow yourself to shift the green energy into a bright and beautiful blue, electric blue, deep blue, rich blue, the flame, the blue flame of your spirit, your electromagnetic spirit, shining bright and blue. Cool, invigorating, electric, alive, your spirit, relaxing, softening, diffusing, spreading out over the entire blue-white electromagnetic sea, clean and pure, burning like fire, and the fire, the cool fire, allows your spirituality to soften until it begins to blend with your mind and your body, and you relax and expand like a bubble. This blue-white energy, deep, deep blue, interlaced with bright blue and white arcs of light, spreading outward like a net, outward like a net, like a template, like a blueprint, laying the foundations of all of your physical existence, connecting you to all other spirit, to all information. This is your net of knowing, self in spirit terms. The foundation of physical existence. The pure tetrahedral patterns, triangular patterns, pyramidal patterns of energy, of geometric form, of pure ratio, knowledge, perspective, the idealization of your existence, the desire, the original plan, the original theme, where you design the being that you are as a physical being. See it all relax and extend infinitely outward. Lines of information, electric arcs of information, moving along all the bright white blue line, spreading out in the net, and coming back to you, feeding inward simultaneously, all the knowledge, all the connectedness, all the interrelationship, all the reflectiveness of your spirit self, your expanded spirit self. And now, allow yourselves to imagine the following image. See a large, expanded disk of pure, deep black, emptiness, the void, pure and deep, pure and deep, black disk. Allow yourself now to know that this is the void out of which your consciousness creates. And as you know this, see then within the large black disk a smaller disk come into being, fade into being, of bright electromagnetic blue light. But see this disk not in the center, but touching the bottom edge, resting as if one disk rested in another disk, touching the bottom edge at one point on the bottom. A bright blue disk within a large black disk. And as you crystallize the spirit electromagnetic self further down yet, you see a bright white disk within the blue one, again touching the lower edge, not concentric in the center, but resting along the bottom edge. So now you have a large black disk, a smaller blue, and a smaller white disk, all resting within one another. The overall void of your consciousness, rendering itself down into the electromagnetic spirit, rendering itself down into physical consciousness and awareness. And now, as you hold that image, allow yourself to imagine below all three of these discs, expand out the white disc, a new white disc, large like the black disc below, so that now you have a figure 8. Large black disc on top containing a blue, containing a small white, but sitting on top of a large white disc as big as the black one. This is now your physical self, your physical realm, expanded out into all the experiences, containing all the experiences of physical reality. And now wishing to be back in touch with the inner self. And so see now this white disc containing a smaller blue disc, exactly the same size as the blue disc above. And this disc touching the upper part of the large white disc, so that all the discs are touching in the center of the figure 8. And then, within that blue disc, the same size as the small white disc above, a small black disc of infinite blackness. Now you have the two polarities in this image, in this symbol of infinity. As above, so below. Allowing yourself the opposite polarity, the creation in the beginning in the top disc, of rendering yourself down into physical materiality, black to blue to white, expanding out into physical materiality in the bottom disc, white, and then interpenetrating back, white to blue to black at the center. This is the circuit, the symbol, and the vibrational key that you can now use to access all information through the unconscious gate, that small black disc, that hole, the black hole that contains the connection to the large black disc of your totality. And back and forth, See your consciousness going from the large black, smaller blue, smaller white, expanding out, large white, smaller blue, smaller black, back to the large black. See yourself go back and forth, down through the levels, up through the levels, down through the levels, up through the levels, back and forth in this figure eight. This is the proper vibration to allow you now, as you pass through these levels, every time you re-enter that small black hole, allow there to be a momentary flash point, a balance point, an empty limbo space that can contain the information that you seek. Any idea, any knowledge, any information, any action, any situation, any circumstance that you desire to understand or attract or know or be shown, or any communication that you wish to receive will be received in this small, infinitesimally small limbo space in the junction of these two tri-spheres, tri-dip. And as you pass between, at that nexus point, that flash point, that is the moment where the information will come to you. And then you can apply that insight, that flash of inspiration, feeling the vibration penetrate, expand outward through you and downward to your very core. And you can allow your life then to show you what you need to see. No matter what your thoughts may tell you, allow yourself to trust that you are now, at this moment, in the proper vibration to access all the information that you need. Allow yourself to know that it will come along the path of least resistance, in perfect timing and in perfect harmony with all the things in your life and all possible situations and all possible relationships. Synchronistically. You are at the perfect fulcrum balance point to access all that is in a way that you can apply into your individual, unique, creative life. Just feel this vibration now, knowing it is the perfect vibration, no matter how it feels. Begin to allow yourself familiarity, to recognize this vibration, to become sensitive to this vibration, so that bit by bit, day by day, as you use this, as you do this meditation, you will not need to go through all the stages. It will become swifter, faster, more succinct. And you'll be able to allow yourself automatically to know, to recognize the feeling of that energy, and to simply automatically take yourself to that point effortlessly, whenever you need to. This will be your safe place, your place of perfect peace, your place of perfect balance, your place of total access. This vibration, this seed, this nexus. Allow yourself to withdraw there to this vibration whenever you need to do so. And you will emerge a new person, new insight, fresh start, new understanding, new perspective, full of energy, full of light, reactivated, energized, creative, inspired, joy, light, laughter, and love, filling you, radiating from you like a beacon to stretch out into the infinite tapestry of all reality. as the perfect mirror to reflect back to all other beings their own joy, their own potential, their own happiness, their own creativity, their own perfect individuality. Take a deep breath in. Let it out, walking in this vibration, knowing that it is now absolutely the core vibration of your equation, of your reality, of your existence, of your experience. Take a deep breath in and let it out, knowing that with each breath in, you take yourself back to that core, back to that essence, to that fundamental self, the unconscious gate. And in that moment of transition, as you then take the deep breath in, and as you breathe out, you know that you are breathing out new life, new reality, new possibilities, letting your higher self do what it needs to do, not taking on the entire burden as a physiological being, letting your shoulders relax, knowing that you are already in control and in perfect orchestration. The ego consciousness, the spirit consciousness, the soul consciousness, the belief, the emotion, the thought, the action, all aligned, all in harmony, all vibrating in peaceful accord, physical, mental, spiritual, all one. The harmonious you. The harmonious you. The chord, the tone, the vibration, the song of your unique individuality shining through. Some discussion of your connections to some specific levels of energy that can now aid and assist you in the upcoming time with more guidance, more clarity. Your world is now shifting its frequencies. In this, your beginning of the 1993 year of your counting, from an old ancient energy generally labeled as Orion, to a new, lighter and brighter energy, generally labeled as Sirius. This shift is now taking place gently, strongly, and you can now begin to learn to tap the Sirius energy more openly, more constructively. In one sense, dolphin consciousness is one way to be in touch with this idea, since they have been telepathically in contact with Sirius energy for thousands of years. To learn to play, to be light, to be open, to be spontaneous. In that sense, will tap you into that guiding star, that guiding light. Also, now you can use a variation of what we have just described to tap into that Sirius energy, for the vibrational signature of Sirius is a pure white sphere surrounding a pure blue electromagnetic sphere, concentric in this case, surrounding a pure black hole of ultra-dimensionality, infinite ultra-dimensionality. This is the non-physical realm that is representative of the higher consciousness of Sirius, the Sirius gate. Through that black hole in the center, as we have already described, you can be in touch with all avenues, all civilizations, all aspects of your being, all realities, parallel, past, future, contemporary, alternate tracks of time. It is all blended therein. All of it is accessible to you in conscious ways, in formats that can be immediately applicable to your physical reality now at present. This serious energy now shines forth brightly, giving off its beacon, going through the exercise that we have now just given you. Tapping into that core will put you squarely in alignment with that vibration and allow transformations in your life in a much more rapid way, where synchronicity will abound, always being at the right place at the right time, interacting with precisely, perfectly who you need to interact with at that moment, not 1 second later, not 1 second sooner. Perfectly timed, perfectly orchestrated. Allow yourself to feel this bright blue-white light shining from your third eye, embedded in the center of your brain, between the hemispheres, tapping in, listening in, and taking what you will, what you wish from that energy. Each of you now contains a spark, that spark of divine light, reflected in the mirror of your soul. A new dawn, a new day rises within you, literally. You are creating the alternate system of knowledge, energy, education, communication, all these ideas. Be inspired. Listen to the word. Inspiration. To breathe in. To breathe it in. To breathe in the spirit. Breathe it out. Expiration. To breathe out the spirit. Conspiracy. To breathe together as one. Conspire. Not in the negative sense, but just to breathe together as one. You are all of one breath, one life, one light, one love. Even in your individuality, you are all multidimensional facets of one crystal consciousness. Crystal consciousness. You yourselves are the primary crystals of your life. You have crystallized yourself as physical beings. You are actually literally becoming more crystalline, containing more silicon, oxygen. This is the key to empowerment. Breath of fire, breath of life, breath of light. It can sustain you. Where you will lead less substance, less material sustenance in you, less of the ideas of densification, sustaining yourself on more energy. You will find that when you tap into this idea more and more each day, you will need less sleep. First, you may need more, because you'll be connecting to more of yourself, but eventually you will find you will need less. You will need to eat less. And as you contain more oxygen, crystallization, and silicon, you'll be more sensitized to energy, and thus it is important and imperative, as you become more hypersensitized to electromagnetic energy and the creation of your reality and different levels of information, that you ground yourself through action, through doing, through being, not just thinking about it, not just feeling how good you feel, but physical action, physical doing, service in that way, using your hands creatively, using your bodies creatively, doing things, anchoring you in that sense, so that you can bring that energy down to earth and transform the earth in beneficial ways and creative ways. Self-empowered beings, living, loving, laughing, being light reflections to each other. with each other, but grounded. Clear intention, clear direction, clear action, alignment within you. Stand up. Allow yourselves now the opportunity to stretch. Straight up, hands overhead, pointing skyward. Hold them there for a moment. Feel yourselves to be antenna, conduit, allowing energy down from the highest levels through your body, and allow it down all the way down through your feet to the very core of the earth. At the same time, feel the energy rise from the earth up through your feet, up through your body, out your hands to the infinite heavens. At the same time, both energies, both directions, simultaneously interpenetrating one another, not side by side within you, interpenetrating one another. Spirals going down, spirals going up, simultaneously. Overlapping, weaving, spiraling, clockwise, counterclockwise, both directions at once. Feel yourself as the hollow tube where these waves of energy vibrate within, resound within, spiral within, echo within. And as you do this, hear, be sensitive, listen with your inner ear to whatever particular tone or vibration. Feel the vibration resonating within you as a hollow tube would resonate, like an organ pipe. An organ pipe. Hear the vibration within you. Feel your own particular pitch. Allow yourself now to gently, starting with your mouth closed, feeling these vibrations, hum and open your mouth and then close it again. Take a deep breath and begin. For a second time, take a deep breath. Put your hands out to the side. And for a third time, put your hands down at your side. Take a deep breath in. Be seated. One of the things that we will also be doing this day of your time, later on, will be to explore the idea of the oxygen key to energize yourself at a moment's notice. Also to explore the concept of yourself as biological circuitry, forming components, junctions, connections, living diagrams, living circuitry, living templates to access different kinds of information and energy. This we will do later on of your time. But for now, change your seats. Quick, quick, quick! Change your seats! Pick a new seat, any new seat, as long as it is not the one you are sitting in now. This is for the purpose of rearranging the matrix, of stirring the soup, of allowing new perspectives, new understandings, new ideas to come in, unlocking you from old habits, old patterns, old ideas. And for a little bit of fun. Now, let us discuss the idea of creativity, of really having something within you that wants to get out, wants to be expressed, wants to be shared. Yes! Well put. That child knows how to do it. Do you? All right. Who else? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes. Everything that you really desire in your heart of hearts to put out there. Now have a vision. Relax within yourself and see yourself beginning to do that thing. To become excited about leaving this encounter today when it is done and going out to do the thing, the first steps in the things that may exist within you that you have always wanted to do but have held yourself back from doing. To go out and do your research, your exploration, to find out what opportunities already exist in your reality to allow you to do the things you really want to do. Remembering that all you need to do in order to discover those opportunities, if you do not immediately see them, is act upon the most exciting thing that you are capable of acting on at any given moment. At the same time, allow now your new tapping in to let you know how to create opportunities where heretofore you may never have seen or recognized an opportunity. Bring elements together to create new ways of doing things. Do it in a way that's never been done before. Explore and examine all your assumptions and expectations about how you think you have to go about doing something and drop them all. Start from scratch, as you say. By the way, this substance called scratch, amazing substance. You can make so many things from it. Always starting something from scratch. Well, let's just begin from scratch. Use that substance. It is a perfect tool. Scratch. Oh, scratch that. Start again. Start from scratch. Baking something from scratch. Doing something from scratch. Allow yourself to play with your concepts. Rearrange, reinvent, redefine these concepts. Use them in playful ways. Go out today and explore and examine and discuss among yourselves new ways that things could get done. During your lunch break or after the fact, in gatherings, whether gatherings you wish to put together or by yourself, write down lists of the old ways you used to do things and write down lists of new ways to do things. Allow the list, the new list, to be anything it wants to be. Anything. No matter how you may have labeled it as silly, just let your creativity flow. Just write down new lists of new ways to do things. Think of all the things on your planet that you call problems. Disease, hunger, lack of abundance. Write down all the ideas, the old ideas, under these categories of how you think those problems can be solved. And then, as soon as you get an inspiration, a new idea, no matter how silly or playful it may seem, or how irrelevant to your physical reality, write it down under the new list, new ways to see these ideas. Go into the center of yourself, use the tools we have shared this day, collapse into yourself and emerge. And look and see if there is a new understanding, a new idea. Write them all down. Do this during your lunch break. At your leisure, in a playful way, we will examine some of these ideas to see just how creative you can be. When we resume this workshop, if you wish to commit them to memory, that is all right. But for now, I would suggest that you actually give yourself the opportunity to physically write them down. Just as an exercise in aligning your intention with physical action. This is a part of the idea of how to bring what is, in your terms, non-physical into physicality. Get used to that connection. Get used to that flow. Get used to that idea. Intention followed by action. Intention followed by action. Intention followed by action. Get used to that idea. Stand up. Sit down. That's the way every action in your life can be. That easy. You had an intention to stand up. You just did it. You didn't think about it. You just did it. That's all. Just did it. Intention followed by action creates a flow that brings more ability to be in touch with more of yourself. It completes the cycle, completes the circuit. When you do not act on the things that excite you, when you do not act on your intention, you create the buildup of the energy within you, blockages. Very often, when you do not act, yet you have the desires and you have the energy, and you wait to act, that's very often one of the reasons why you put on weight. Because you are waiting to act. Literally, allowing your energy to convert itself into mass. Because it has to do it somewhere. And if you will not flow the energy through you, the energy will remain. And sometimes will convert itself, literally, into situations that cause it to become mass. Sometimes, in certain situations, therefore, if you wish to reduce your physical weight, all you really need to do is stop waiting to do what you need to do. Sometimes extra weight is for the purpose of feeling that you need a ground. Because sometimes you feel that these higher energies have a tendency to lift you away from physical reality, to deground you. Therefore, some of you will add weight to ground yourself, to act as a buffer until you feel capable of handling the high stream of energy flowing through you. When you balance it out, and you know you are anchored in your physical reality through your actions, spontaneity, then sometimes also you can let go of some of that weight. There's not always a negative thing. Sometimes it is there to allow other individuals to also be more comfortable with you. In being a high energy individual, in being reflective in that way, sometimes the extra weight can allow them to know that you are a more grounded individual, and they will have more of a tendency to listen to you in certain ways, more of a tendency to feel comfortable around you in that sense, because you provide in that sense more of yourself, vulnerable in that way, open in that way, sharing in that way, and they can sense that intuitively and gravitate toward you and be open to listen to what you have to share. But allow yourself to understand all of these things as conversions of energy. The more you flow in alignment with intention and action, the smoother everything happens in your life. The two polarities blended into one. Paradox, paradox, paradox. When you are dealing with paradox, that's when you know you are close to dealing in the vibration of your higher self. Because within the higher self, all paradoxes issue from. You only experience them as polarities in your physical reality. But you know they must be blended somewhere, and that somewhere is in the center of your being, the higher self, the soul self. Always, you can use paradox to balance yourself, to understand yourself. Use the paradox in your life to understand the completeness of your being. As we have said, for example, if you are feeling a lack of deservability, a lack of self-worth, guilty, unworthy of receiving the abundance of creation, look at the paradox in this situation. The paradox is that to single yourself out in that way as being undeserving and unworthy when you see abundance all around you, to single yourself out in that way is the ultimate act of arrogance. Therefore, you have the other side. Unworthiness, arrogance. And that will allow you to pull yourself together in the center. Because if you may allow yourself to feel unworthy, generally that means you don't want to be arrogant. But if you recognize that feeling unworthy is arrogance, you will collapse the two ideas, the two polarizations, back into the center and let go of the arrogance. And as you let go of the arrogance, you let go of the unworthiness. And you balance and you blend. So use paradox. Use the other side of the coin. Remember that anytime you have one side, you have to have the other side. There are no one-sided coins. Use them both, and then you can spend it. And receive more. Always more. Always more. Abundance abounds. There is more than enough for all beings in creation. Do you imagine that creation would have created itself to have too many people for the abundance in creation? What an interesting creation that would be. You can create the reality that makes it seem as if there is not enough to go around, that there are more beings than abundance. But that shows you how, again using paradox, abundant creation is. It is so abundant, there's even enough room to play the game of poverty. It gives you the opportunity to see all sides of the coin. That's how rich and abundant it is. Another paradox that you can use if you are feeling unloved. Remember, all that is loves you so unconditionally, it allows you to pretend you are not loved. That's how unconditional the love is. That's what unconditional love is all about. How free you are. If you know you are that free, then you know you are absolutely, unconditionally loved, and you are absolutely, unconditionally capable of choosing whatever reality you desire. That teaches you how free you are to choose. You are so unconditionally loved by all that is. You can even forget that you are unconditionally loved. That's how loved you are. Be free. Be creative. Be active. You may enjoy your break. We will resume contact, and we will have sharing from us to you and you to us about all your ideas of creativity. And by all means, do not limit them to the exercise that I have suggested. Let your imaginations play. We thank you, and we will contact you after your enjoyable break. Allow us to continue with sharing in the following way. We might now, if you wish, have discussion and interaction. And if you have questions or statements or sharing or exchange of ideas as you have written them down, by all means, now, let us proceed.
Hello, Mr. Shah.
Good day to you.
I've got a friend from Esasani called Dharma. I do writing, and he says that if two people, well, beings, one from Earth, one from Esasani or another planet, form a connection, a conscious connection, this forms a bridge of love which helps in the whole transformation. Can you explain this more, please?
The idea is connected to the notion that many of us are, in many ways, representative of your own future selves. In allowing yourselves to connect to those higher selves, those future self vibrations, you form a literal link with that frequency, and it pulls you toward itself, urging you into the situations and circumstances in your life that are far more representative of self-love, self-creativity, self-expression as the higher self on the earth, as the future self on the earth. All things of highest vibration are more representative of the unconditional love that all that is made of. Unconditional love is the primary frequency of existence itself. That's what you call love. It is the frequency of existence of all that is. Forming those connections to an aspect of your own future self on a higher vibration forms a stronger link and a stronger tendency for you to begin to gravitate toward that frequency or vibration of unconditional love, and thus towards more of yourself, more potential fulfillment and realization of yourself. We of Esasani and many other civilizations in many ways represent, and sometimes in some cases are literally, your future self, and therefore are connected to that vibration to lure you into more of yourself. Do you follow along?
Yes, does this help other people besides myself?
Of course, because the more you exemplify the energy of your own individuality and the energy of your future and higher self, the more you radiate at a higher frequency, a higher pitch in your world. And you give off this radiance, and in giving off this radiance or frequency of energy, other people pick up on it, and it incites them also, and inspires them also to seek that frequency. You understand?
Yes.
Does that answer the question for you?
Yes, I hope I'm inspiring everyone.
You do not have to hope. You do not have to hope. Is there anything that you wish to share now about your ideas from the exercise that we gave?
Well, I've been doing writing, and I was wondering if, we're never quite sure if we're doing the very best thing that we can do.
Why not?
Well, I'm not.
Well,
maybe everyone else is.
You can be. Would you like to be sure?
Yes.
Well, all right. Allow yourself once again to know that if you're always doing the thing at any given moment that excites you the most, and if you're doing it the best way you know how at that moment, if you search your imagination, and your imagination provides you with certain ideas, and you follow those ideas in that moment, if they excite you, to the best of your ability, then you are always doing the best you can. This is really not a mysterious thing. Not complicated at all. If you know consciously, to the best of your ability, that you're doing everything you can, and you are clear about your communications to other individuals, your intentions within yourself about what it is you want to do, and making sure your intentions and your actions are aligned in a positive, integral way to the best you know how, you are doing the best you can. Just because you may later have more recognition, more cognition, more expansion, more awareness, doesn't mean that you're not doing the best you can right now with what you have to work with. You understand?
Yes, thank you.
So, keep it simple, and know that you are doing the best you can if that is your intention. Now, once again, with the exercise that we gave, do you have anything else to share about how different kinds of situations, circumstances, or what you would call problems on your planet might be solved? Did you write anything down in the exercise?
No, I'm afraid I didn't.
Oh, don't be afraid. It's all right. We're not going to judge you. It was simply an opportunity for many of you to participate in a certain way within communication with yourself.
Oh, actually, there is.
Oh, all right.
We've heard of another group who are using dream spell. We've got a dream spell kit which says that if we get together with certain people who vibrate with us, and this is a tool to help us find those people, that way we can help to clear through a sort of meditation, clear even radioactivity and things. Can you comment?
All right. Now, why do you feel that you in particular have been attracted to utilize that particular tool? What is it about the tool that attracts you?
I guess because I still feel I need a tool to find the people.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. You can use tools of reflections and triggers. That's all right. But that's not really what I was asking you. I was not asking you why you need a tool. What is it about that tool that attracts you?
Well, I think it'd be great to be able to clear up any pollution and mess on the earth.
Yes, but there are many ways that you could do this. What is it about this specific tool, since there are thousands of tools, that attracts you? Why are you not doing it some other way?
Oh, I used that one because it was there.
Because it was there.
And,
but it must have also attracted you. Just because things are there doesn't mean they attract you. There are many things that must exist around you that don't attract you.
I like working with groups of people, and I thought I would find just the right people that like to be with me.
But what else? What else about that specific tool, the way it is designed, attracts you?
Well, other people that I knew were attracted to it too, and we felt we could work together in this way.
Is there anything about it in specific that you like? About the thing itself, the tool itself?
Oh, it's just a cardboard box with some pretty things in it.
So you do understand that it is the basic gathering and the momentum that you are attracted to in that sense?
That's right. Yeah, not the thing itself, but I thought it would help to find the sort of people that could get together and actually...
All right. And in your imagination, when you see yourselves getting together and you are doing this thing and playing this game and interacting, how in your imagination do you see yourselves as being of impact upon your planet? What do you imagine is happening when you are playing the game?
It was putting out the cosmic light of love into the atmosphere and just helping to clear the earth.
All right. And this gives you joy, yes?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for playing.
Thank you very much.
Sharing.
Hi again, Bashar.
Good day to you.
I wanted to ask you about another dream that, since I spoke to you yesterday.
All right.
Lots and lots of things happened to me last night before I went to bed and after I went to bed. Lots and lots.
All right.
Some things I remember and some things I don't.
All right.
It was almost as though I started to remember agreements, although I haven't got the whole thing together yet.
That's all right.
Lots of dreams came back that I hadn't remembered.
Okay.
There was one in particular I wanted to ask you about, which seemed to tie in with the one I inquired about yesterday about the road, and you said it was in Southwest America, meeting the UFO. A dream I had when I think I was about 15 or 16, and it was one of the most profound dreams I've ever had, where I was standing waiting for a craft to land with my palms open but by my side as a sign of greeting, respect and joy. But I was very excited yesterday, and I was really glad it took a long time to get to me because it took me a while to calm down.
Calm down, all right.
I almost felt that I was so excited I was becoming a bit dangerous.
Dangerous?
Yes.
To whom, yourself?
Probably, yeah, and a bit messy on the floor maybe, or over the ceiling.
All
and
right.
I was wondering if that same dream is the same connection to the one that you were talking about in America, and if you can tell me who it was that I was waiting to meet off of the craft.
Now, you already know that we cannot tell you that at this time. You already know that. You already know that.
Okay.
You are seeing the process unfold. We cannot interfere with the unfoldment of that process. Believe me, you do not want us to unwrap your Christmas presents for you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
It will spoil the surprises.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
All right. Let yourself simply realize that what you're experiencing is more and more recognition, and that means you are moving ahead, and that the information you need is coming through. Let the pacing of the process be appropriate. Stop worrying about whether or not you have what you need to know. You do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get on with your life. Move ahead in the ways that you enjoy, and you will allow yourself to process the information and have more conscious awareness of it as you need to.
Okay. Thank you for that. One more.
Yes.
Quite a few years ago, about 2 years ago, I went to a restaurant. I'd been on a very strict diet, and I didn't eat a lot. I talked a lot, and I drank a lot.
Yes.
And I went into the toilet, where a lot of revelations come. I'm sure you're going to agree with that. I was in the toilet, and I could see through the cubicle and out into the hallway, even though there were brick walls. I could see through. When people came in, I could see them. I could see their energy. I could see their guides.
Yes.
I could see their dark spots in their auras, in their light bodies, their etheric bodies, whatever you want to call them.
Yes.
Is that a figment of alcoholic, an effect of the alcohol, or is that something that I have the ability to do to serve people?
The effect of the alcohol is that it allowed you to relax certain neurological nets within you so that you could become more sensitive in that particular case, that you would let go and allow certain other senses to kick in that particular case. Alcohol will not always allow you to do this. In this particular case, because of your particular state of mind, you were in that balanced state where there was just enough of a release to allow you to kick in or tap in to the ability to perceive what you were perceiving.
Is that something I'll use in the future to help people with their health?
To some degree, yes, you can use it, but we find that it will probably be more sporadic. There may be many other kinds of approaches that you will take. In addition to that one, it will only be one of the tools in your bag.
Okay, thank you. As far as writing down new ideas, I was writing down about health and how we do some meditation and we ask what the pain is trying to show us, or the influenza or whatever.
Yes.
And then when that doesn't work, which sometimes it doesn't, sometimes we go to the doctors and sometimes we leave it a long time, and I know that I have.
Yes.
And I had an idea that it would be wonderful to have a centre where you had colour rooms and healing rooms and meditation rooms and rooms filled with herbs that people could go in and just walk around and let themselves tune in to the colour, to the tone that they needed.
Yes.
So it was a self-help centre. There wasn't a lot of practitioners to help you because we know how.
Yes. Very good. Anything else?
Hang on, I'll check my notes.
Oh, all right.
The other thing that really came to me was about stress.
Stress.
As soon as we acknowledge that it's within the body, then that's the moment to take action, because that's the moment of empowerment where we can cease any detrimental effect it might have on our bodies or our psyche by dealing with it immediately. And it's ways of working with our bodies naturally that we can identify the stress immediately before we get to breakdowns or to illness at all.
Yes.
The immediate recognition of stress.
Yes.
One more. I wrote down the freedom of creation to know the self, to be capable and to be able to choose energy sources that are pollution free.
Yes.
And I think this sort of tied in with the cities that you were talking about yesterday.
Yes.
Cities that we can create where there's total harmony, we're taking something from the earth, but we're not polluting the earth, and it's of service to us. And I keyed that into the abundance, to the awareness that we're beginning to have, that we can have those things without polluting the earth. It's just a change of perspective.
Yes. Well, thank you.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lots of love. Don't forget, if you want to come to the wedding, you're quite welcome. Just drop in. We're on Maui, October 11. Could you ship from Cairo to Maui?
there are pulsations, again, in, as we told you, Haleakala, that will contain some of the pulsations that we are regulating through Cairo. In a sense, therefore, we will be there through those pulsations. All right?
Lovely. Heaps of love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'd like to just get your feelings on something that happened, it'd be approximately 14 years ago.
Yes?
I think I might have come a little too close. A man in Brisbane began to receive channeling from Sirius, so we were told. I was living in Sydney at the time, and he formed a group. It seems as though a lot of like-minded people all came together, and we received many wonderful channelings, about 6 of us. Some of what we did receive, we couldn't understand. And
in what sense?
It was very technical, and some of it was to do with medical things. We had it verified about 5 years later. And some of the people said that what it was just beginning to come through. But we also received a lot on self-awareness and personal growth.
Yes.
And the most incredible meditation that was, I've never ever been able to see anyone else who knew of it. It was in 3 stages. One of the stages was very powerful symbols.
Yes. Of what nature?
We weren't really meant to say. What they were. When we were able to give it to the person doing the meditation, but it was for them. It was not to be discussed outside.
But you are discussing it now.
Yes, but I'm not saying what it was. I'm just saying that this was part of it. We were told that it was a meditation that was used in ancient
times. Yes. That's why you have the secrecy connected with it.
Oh, I see. Thank you. We also...
It is primarily because in those times that is the way it was done. And it was given in secret in that way to inspire, shall we say, to ignite some of the same energies that used to exist back then. I will allow you, in that sense, to respect the space if you wish.
Thank you.
But the idea is to understand also that the secrecy only had to do with the particular individuals in that particular encounter.